Good morning students, this is Vineet Pandey and today we got information through newspapers and some students that MANF, Maulana Azad National Fellowship for the research scholars from minority community, it has been stopped. The central government minister responsible for the Minority Affairs Department told it in the parliament that the decision was made since the scheme overlaps with various other schemes. Mrs. Irani had an opinion about this thing that Centre has decided to discontinue the Maulana Azad National Fellowship, a scholarship for students from minority communities that was launched during UPA. During the time of UPA, this fellowship was launched following the recommendation of such a committee. Now this has been stopped. Union Ministry of Affairs Minister Smriti Irani told Lok Sabha here on Thursday that the decision was made since MANF overlaps with various other schemes. Let's have a look at this. The Maulana Azad National Fellowship for Minority Students is formulated and funded by Ministry of Minority Affairs. The scheme is open to candidates who belong to one of the minority communities like Sikh, Muslims, Parsi, Buddhists, Christians and others. Moreover, in this community, the Jain and others are also added. This helps them to go for higher studies such as regular full-time MPhil, PhD degrees in science, humanities, social science, engineering, technology, etc. The reservations for differently able students shall be made as per provision laid down by the Government of India. Now, do we know what exactly why it was formed? What was the reason? The reason behind this, the objective of the scheme was to provide integrated 5-year fellowship in the form of financial assistance to the students from minority communities, as notified by the central government to pursue higher studies such as MPhil and PhD at Indian universities, institutions or colleges. The universities, institutions under the UGC Act or the universities which were deemed to be under the Section 3 UGC Act 1956, they are all eligible to provide these kind of grants to the students. Let's go for the eligibility criteria. A candidate has to fulfill the following conditions to be eligible for this award or the fellowship. First of all, the clearance of NET exam, whether it is CSIR NET or UGC NET. It is one of the most important thing that the candidate must be a NET or a JRF. Candidates should belong to one of the minorities communities in India such as Muslims, Christians, Sikh, Buddhist, Parsi, Jain or the other categories which are notified in Section 2 Part C of National Commission of Minorities Act 1992. Candidate should submit the minority community certificate on an actionable and legally valid affidavit until the state government union territory administration starts to issue the minority community certificate. Along with these things, a candidate should be registered for regular and full-time MPhil or PhD in any academic institution, universities or something like that. Remember this friends, they are saying in an easy way, NET is compulsory. To be the part of this scholarship, MPhil and PhD was compulsory, but unfortunately as we know this has been removed. So let's talk about the money, the financial help as we were getting earlier in minorities group. So here we can talk about this thing that presently the scholarship amount is 25,000 for JRF for 2 years per month, 28,000 for SRF per month for approx coming years. Along with that, there were some different amount for initial 2 years for commerce background 10,000, 20,500 for remaining 3 years in contingency for science 12,000 and then different categories of 25,000, then differently abled people extra 2,000. These kind of scholarships were provided. Unfortunately, the central government has changed it. So we request our students to share your opinion on this decision. We totally understand that this is one of the biggest decisions and will have different types of impact. What do you think? Please write in your comments. I will personally reply your comments. Thank you so much. Keep supporting us by subscribing. Thank you once again.